Hello, my spicy friends. Today we're going to be taking a look at Helioisk and Runerigus in the Open Great League, as well as Trevenant because he's kind of important to the team. Now, this league is pretty awful, so we are going to catch on Runerigus because Charge Bugs. I think Charge Bug can learn Crunch, but most people don't run it just because, Xizor and Discharge, I think, are generally considered better coverage, which is alright for us, because it means that Runerigus walls most Charge Bug, which I have actually seen a surprising amount of lately. I wouldn't even think that it would be that good a Volt Switch, but, if people want to use it, then that's awesome. Always fun to see some spice in Great League. Not a lot here. So, right now, our Runerigus is going up against an Azumarill, and they're going to hit us with a Play Rough. Pretty decent sign that they don't have Ice Beam, because there would be no reason to click Play Rough there, unless they're like trying to hide it for later or something like that. So we're going to go with the Grass Knot here. Normally with Helioisk, I kind of like to hide the fact that it has Grass Knot. It's just rare enough in the Great League that it might be able to surprise some people with it, maybe nail a Swampert or something, but generally, it's a consistent enough move. It's good on its own. Lets you win versus water types like Azumarill, which shouldn't really be a surprise. It is a grass type after electric type. Helioisk is not a grass type. That should be pretty obvious. It is a electric and normal type, which normally normal type on a Pokemon that would be less than preferred, but I think on this team in particular, Helioisk being a normal type is actually a positive thing for it, because it means Helioisk can beat ghosts like Sableye and Jellicent and other Trevenants and Runerigus, which aren't necessarily bad matchups for Trevenant or Runerigus, but I think in a neutral situation, the ghosts in my backline would want to avoid having to go up against other ghosts. There's like CMP ties to worry about and energy. It's just easier if Helioisk takes care of them. And in return, the ghosts in the back usually handle the fighting types that Helioisk doesn't want to see, or the ground types that Helioisk really doesn't want to see. Like, Helioisk can hit Galarian Stunfisk with the Grass Knot for some decent damage, like 30% or something, but maybe 40%, 35%, somewhere in there, but it's generally just not a very consistent matchup, and you'd rather have Trevenant go up against them, or Runerigus, which is even better. So part of the reason I wanted to actually wait so long before getting back into YouTube was that I was both kind of burnt out from making videos, just kind of busy and doing the IRL stuff, and also I kind of wanted to get a good elo before I started posting again. No disrespect people with lower elo. I get it. Not everyone either takes the game so seriously or is that good at the game, and that is fine. It's just a game. But I feel like if I want to make good content for you guys, I want to try to, get as high up as I can, or at least reasonably high up. I've definitely gotten higher on the elo ladder before, and I hopefully I will again. Usually I get up to about the 2 600s, 2 700s, and I was kind of hoping to get a little higher up, but at some point I am going to have to start making videos again. I can't just I can't try to aim for perfection, or at least get to my elo peak before I start posting, because then I'm just going to end up posting nothing on here. And I do enjoy posting videos sometimes. I do enjoy it. It's fun. So I'm hoping to get back into posting YouTube videos, and that's part of the reason why I'm actually making this Helioisk and Runerigus video, because I'm actually hoping to make another video later today. And some of you who are very active on this side of YouTube probably already know the Pokemon. It's a Pokemon that's been featured already on some other YouTubers' channels, like Jonkus and Zionic, and that's okay, you know. A lot of YouTubers who are further along the time zone than I am have access to Breaking Swipe Conkelter, and that's fine. But I also would like to post about it later because it does seem like a pretty cool Pokemon. But in the meantime, let's talk about the gameplay because I know you guys want to see some Helioisk action. I posted a couple of shorts about it in the past, but I figured that Helioisk is a interesting enough Pokemon that it deserves its own video. And it's fun. It's fun. Helioisk is a very fun Pokemon. I think Breaking Swipe is a fantastic addition for it. Grass Knot and Breaking Swipe plus Volt Switch, it still can get walled by a couple of things. Like, it really doesn't want to go up against other grass types or electric types. Dragon types are okay, though. Like, the best dragon type is still Altaria, and Helioisk actually has a pretty okay-ish matchup, just because of how fast it can spam Breaking Swipes. After first Breaking Swipe, Altaria basically does almost nothing with Dragon Breath. So, it's an alright matchup, especially as a lead. Trevenant does Trevenant things. Oh boy, screw it. I don't think I really need to elaborate on what Trevenant does. It's been good for like 2 years now. With Energy Ball, it gets... Wait a minute, it doesn't get Energy Ball. It gets Seed Bomb. That's a bit of a typo. You're gonna have to forgive me for that. But, yeah, Trevenant gets... It has Seed Bomb, which I think most people can agree was nerfed. I don't think Trevenant was necessarily a problem, but the good news is it's still good in my opinion. Seed Bomb is still like kind of okay-ish speed-wise, and it does a decent amount of damage too. So yeah, that's a good sign. That's a good sign right there. Helioisk and Trevenant form a decent core, but I think Runerigus might actually be more helpful in this team. Usually I like to throw out Trevenant to bring in the ghost counters and then clean up Runerigus, because Runerigus is a really good core breaker. You're going to see this later in the video, but Runerigus destroys a lot of meta cores, especially ones like Medicham and what's the steel guy? Registeel. Yeah, I forgot the name for a second, sorry. Registeel or Medicham and Bastiodon. Yeah, no one likes Bastiodon. It's good to have a Pokemon that counters Bastiodon on the team. Trevenant can also do okay-ish against Bastiodon with like a little bit of an energy lead, or if the Bastiodon doesn't really time their moves well. But this is a pretty bad position to be in. They have a Scrafty in the back. Scrafty is a bit of a core breaker for this team. Normally, I like to... I think the best win con this team has against Scrafty teams is to somehow line up Trevenant against it, predict the power-up punch bait, and then hit him with a couple of Seed Bombs. You normally don't win, but yeah, here I kind of messed up and assumed they're going to go for a power-up punch bait. Or at the very least, I could tank a foul play. Like, sometimes I'll also try to tank a foul play. And despite having worse bulk than Runerigus, I think Trevenant does have a better matchup against Scrafty, just because Seed Bomb, not Energy Ball, Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb has like some damage towards Scrafty, unlike Sand Tomb from Runerigus, which does basically no damage. So they're going to shield this, of course, and it's basically GG's. There is basically nothing I can do here. They're just going to throw out a boosted foul play against my Runerigus, and I'm kind of fucked. Yeah, they're just going to try me down, and there's nothing I can do about that. GG's, trainer. That was rough for me. But yeah, I got outplayed there. I don't know what I could have done there. Maybe something. I just hope for better alignment, I suppose. So this is an interesting matchup. Helioisk versus Beedrill. I think they do generally outpace us fast move-wise with Poison Jab. Of course, they're also very frail, so they're going to want to avoid whatever it is you throw out here, which is Breaking Swipe. So I am fully expecting a shield. Yeah, shield, let's go. We got a shield. So I'm going to bring in a Runerigus and try to catch whatever it is, or at least just tank it. Most Shadow Beedrills run Drill Run, but they decide to go for an X-Scissor here, which is fine. I'm predicting another X-Scissor, or at least a Sludge Wave, or at least thinking I can probably tank whatever it is they're going to throw out at us. Which, yeah, this is a Drill Run. We do tank it decently well. In comes Umbreon, which, kind of rough. We really do not want to see Umbreon on the back. There is not very much my backline can do to it. So my plan is just hit it with a bunch of Sand Tombs and then try to get stuff done with Helioisk here. Yeah, this is not a great matchup for any of my Pokemon. Helioisk can win, I believe, against Umbreon if you're like really good at your timings. But oof. Yeah, you'd rather just not have it happen at all. So yeah, in comes Helioisk. We're gonna go for the Volt Switch here. It's not great. Let's get one in. Ideally, I'd like to land a bunch of Breaking Swipes here. They might shield, they might not. Either way, a Grass Knot probably would not KO. Or I don't know if I'd be able to reach a Grass Knot. I probably would not be able to reach a Grass Knot. Yeah, here you go. So my plan now is just farm down the Volt Switch and get some stuff done with Helioisk. But unfortunately, they have a shield, and in comes Diggersby. I would like for Diggersby to be running Hyper Beam or Scorching Sands, but realistically, that almost never happens. There's a bit of hope here as they throw a Scorching Sands here, and I think, oh, this might be doable. They might just be running Scorching Sands Hyper Beam. But unfortunately, I think this player is also running Fire Punch, and I end up mistiming my moves. Oh well, doesn't really matter much anyway. You'll see why. I think I end up losing this game pretty hard, which is rough, but you know what? I don't know if there's much I could have done here. I got kind of RPS'd, and you know, even if I had reached this, not Energy Ball, Seed Bomb, they are pretty similar moves now, so I keep getting them confused. So yeah, this player is going to let the Grass Knot through. Maybe they just want to flex or save their shield, or just didn't see coming. Oh wait, no, I misremembered. They shielded. Although it probably wouldn't have mattered anyway. We would have gotten pretty hard counter there in the end. So this is our final game here. I do believe we win this game in style. We have a pretty awful. No, this lead is fine. This lead is fine. It is a Fire Spin Shadow Alolan Marowak, and generally I would of course prefer if it was running Hex, because then we would just tank everything. Bit of lag there, that's fine. They are going to throw, I assume it's going to be a Bone Club. And normally you don't have to worry about Bone Club, even if it's super effective, but Helioisk is just so frail that I think I would probably have to shield it up anyway. So we're going to go for a second Breaking Swipe here. Maybe I can grab a shield. We can. Fantastic. I'm going to go for Runerigus and hope to catch the Bone Club. But they actually go for Medicham, which is a interesting play by my opponent, not going to lie. I did not see that coming at all. Which I think is a pretty good sign that Runerigus just core breaks their team hard. But unfortunately, they get off an Ice Punch before we manage to Shadow Claw them down. Which, it hurts, you know, but I feel kind of confident they've got a Registeel in the back, because that was a really weird play otherwise. Alright, so in comes the Alolan Marowak. I'm predicting a Shadow Bone. Yeah, let's go. We shield that up, farm them down, and out comes the Registeel. Yeah, we dominate pretty hard. Alright, thank you for watching this set, my spicy friends. I hope to see you all later. And take care. Stay spicy or something like that. We'll work on that catchphrase later.